Kristie, hey, I wish I could have made this video sooner. I really do, because seeing you in such a bad place and thinking, oh, if only I'd done something sooner, I don't deserve to say it makes me feel guilty because you're the one that's suffering, so fuck it, I'm just gonna get straight to the point, right? So I wanted to comment back on your feelings about like your body dysmorphia and your struggles with gaining weight, and I want to tell you, like, straight up front, that you are beautiful, Kristie. You are gorgeous, you are stunning, you are so beautiful. And it's because it doesn't matter what you look like. And I know that's stupid, saying like, oh, it doesn't matter. Oh, well, now that she said that, I'm completely okay, and I'm not trying to play it off like it's that simple. But you are fucking gorgeous, because when you talk, there's something so raw and emotional, and it's so pure and wonderful the way that you express yourself, and it's because you're so brave, and you're strong, and you're courageous, and you're just amazing as a person. And I'm just trying to help you with your whole external nonsense, really, because that's basically what bodies are, you know. They're just capsules for the soul. That's the way I see them, and they don't really matter. They don't matter that much. And look at me saying that, you know, caking on this makeup every day, day in, day out, and saying that it doesn't matter what your body looks like. But when you get down to it, it doesn't, because I know with anorexia, the big problem is that I think people don't want to see ripples in themselves when they move, like when you hunch over and you can see your belly bunch up. But that never goes away. You know, it doesn't matter how skinny you get. If you bend to the side, you're still gonna see your love handles pillow at the side, and people have stretch marks too. And that's the thing about society, is we never think that beautiful people have stretch marks, but every woman and men too do. I know when I was 14, I was having swimming lessons, right? And I noticed like these veins kind of on my hips and side of my thigh, and I'm like, Mom, you know, why do I have these vein worm-like lines here? Why do I have dimples on the inside of my thigh? And she's like, oh, those are stretch marks. And I'm like, well, how do you get rid of them? Why are they here? And she's like, oh, well, they appear when you gain weight, you know, so that makes it sound like it's bad. Without stretch marks, really, who the fuck are you? You're some mannequin, you're some stupid stone plastic thing, you know, that doesn't have curves, that isn't soft to the touch, that's a board, basically, that's cold, it's lifeless, it's not beautiful, it's something dead, and just, that's not what beauty is. You know, you see all these stupid models, just with all their surgeries, and all of their fucking injections, and high cheekbones, and oh, perfect posture. That's not real, and that is not beautiful, and it's stupid that society says that is, and it's stupid that society says, oh, these models in these magazines, they're what's pretty. No, they're not. Okay? Like, you with your awesome hair, you know, rocking that hairstyle, I could never do that, you know, and your eyebrows are pretty, and just, there's, this sounds so trivial, right, me just complimenting you, but honestly, there is so many beautiful things about you, and you asked for ways that we could suggest that you could try doing to help you, and I think that's honestly something is, I know looking in the mirror right now is, you can't do it, I get that, it's really anxiety provoking, so probably hold that off for a bit, but think about what's beautiful about you, not what's ugly or what you're upset about right now, because we could go on about that for days, and that's not gonna help, okay? Because people just view themselves as internally flawed, but what you have to do, what people need to do is just change the way that they're thinking, and then that fixes a bit of a problem. And you know, my dad is really thin, like anorexic thin, and I know that sounds stupid, right? Like, oh, dads are supposed to fit this beer belly, stockish character thing. They're not supposed to be 6'2" and maybe the same weight as your mom. You know, maybe 130 pounds when he's soaking wet. So I understand, you know, that struggle of putting on weight, and you have to congratulate yourself, because even putting on a couple of pounds is a huge milestone, and you should be proud, because I'm proud of you. I know it sounds stupid because we haven't even met each other, but I am really proud of you. Any progress is progress still, you know? And I have one friend, not even 100 pounds, but she will get so excited. She'll run up to me and she'll say, I gained 2 pounds in the week. And I'll just hug her, because it is fantastic. It's fantastic that you're challenging yourself, even though you feel uncomfortable, because that pushing will get you to a healthier spot. And even though you might not see it now, it is for the best. And even though those curves can be intimidating, and jumping into pants and having them squeeze tighter opposed to drape off of you, you know, like you're a coat hanger, and having them hug you like an embrace, like something warm, like something comfortable, like a second skin. It doesn't feel right at first, but it's progress, and it's something great. Another thing, I know you seemed really upset about that scar that you got on the side of your face, and I can completely understand that, because I'm really self-conscious, and I wear makeup literally every day, which sounds stupid, you know, but I don't go outside without makeup, except on very few occasions, like going to church, because I don't care about church. But when I was in my sophomore year, I think it was then, yeah, I had this infection on the corner of my mouth, and basically the skin would not heal over there, so I had a giant scab, honestly probably about like half the size of your fingerprint, just on the corner of my mouth. And what's worse too is, like, I got used to it, you know, I didn't try finding an answer to it. I put chapstick over it. Didn't really work. It was in the middle of winter too, so that just made it worse. Sometimes it would scab over a bit. I put makeup on it and look all crackly and like a burn scar or something weird. Pick at it, it'd bleed, it'd get worse. I don't think it ever passed, but it was pretty gross. Yeah, people did stare, and it's uncomfortable, you know, but you can't let it define you. I know that's obviously easier said than done, but it's only one little scar, and it might not even scar over, sorry, it's only one little cut, and it will heal, you know, just like anything within you, any external scar heals. Sometimes it leaves a mark, but most of the time it's not visible, and it sounds stupid to say that you can always cover it up, but those people that do look are assholes, basically. Except little kids, you know, they don't really know any better, but, you know, fuck the people who stare, you know? It's not like it's your fault, it's not... People make it bigger of a deal than it needs to be, than it ever should be. You see people who come back from war with, obviously, war scars, you know? It happens. It's just, it's life, you know? Fuck it. It sucks, but there's always a cure to it. And some things just need more time than others to heal over. But I understand where you're coming from, because if you have something physically deformative of you, it's hard to look at. But then on that note, perfectionism itself is so shallow and it's so stupid because it's unachievable. It's impossible to get. And I kind of have difficulty with that some days, is telling myself, you know, you can't be perfect. It's not a goal, it's some idealistic thing. It's like wishing to be immortal. It's not going to happen. And it's just something that you have to keep saying and saying again and again to yourself, is that it won't happen. You know, you can't be perfect. You can't be this gorgeous, flawless thing, because then you become that, you become something. You don't become a person. And this is going to sound super cheesy, right? But my boyfriend, everything I do, he thinks is adorable. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Something's wrong with you, because I know I'm not that gorgeous. You know, he makes me feel beautiful. And I'm like, no. I'm like, look at these flaws. And he said, yeah, but they make you you. And that's what's so wonderful, is that your crooked teeth, not that crooked. There's always worse, and yeah, there's always better, but it's what makes you you. And I mean, myself, I could say it, my eyes are too close together. It's a very European kind of feature. I don't know either English or German, but you know, fuck it, I can't change it. And even if I could, then that would just lead to a more perfectionist spiral, and then that would consume me, and then I wouldn't be me. So I think, again, being back to what I said earlier, what you should maybe try to do is find one of your flaws and think of it in a different way. Think of it as being something beautiful, as being you, as being a whole part of you. I mean, the body, yeah, it's just a capsule for the soul. And there shouldn't be that much emphasis on it, because it's like a container. You don't look at a jar of Smuckers and you're like, damn it, Smuckers, what's going on here with your little indentations? This looks stupid. No, you don't care about that. You care about the jam inside, because the jam is sweet. It's fucking delicious. You know? So, the outside, it doesn't matter as much as people put emphasis on it to be.